Oh man, how's it going, people? Different subject. Seems like forever since I've done a bike one. All the RC enthusiasts are there probably thinking, well, what are you doing now? This is supposed to be an RC channel. Well, it's not. It's a me channel, and all the stuff I do is just RCs have taken over my life for a little while. What with the shed and everything, a nice little RC garage workshop up there. But finally I've got round to looking at the GS. As I'll explain in a bit on a previous piece of footage, what's happened with the slabby. It's not great, it's not brilliant, it's not bad, but it's not great. So I'll let that one explain. And I was trying to edit up this video, and then I realised that I'd lost the tail end footage. I don't know why, what's happened there, but so I'm filming it now while I'm home, and it's a bit dry, but it is still windy. So this is going on the end of the video. Cut to the first bit. How's it going, guys? Well, Project Slabby takes the sidelines at the moment. It's going to go to the back of the garage. She's hiding in there because I've just been having problems with that. I've just got to put it down for a little while, which is why nothing's happened on that for a few weeks. So that's taken a sideline, and we're going to carry on with the GS. And here's the GS. GS is now on the key. No fuel tank on it, so it's just running on what was in the carbs, but she's a runner. So I'm just having a look here to sort the back end out. I can't remember where we left the front end with you guys, but the front end is now a Hayabusa front end. All mounted, ready to go, and a set of Hayabusa brake calipers and master cylinder. So that's kind of the front end sorted, really. Sorry, it's a bit windy here. Back end now, I've been fiddling around with caliper hangers, but then I remembered, obviously I've got the Hayabusa rear end, so I've taken the caliper and the hanger off of that and offered it up to here. I'm going to have to make a bush to make up the difference between the size of the Hayabusa wheel spindle and the existing wheel spindle, so I can machine one of those up on the lathe and I can get that centered and solid. The rear caliper is going to sit in there nicely. Got a bit of free play. That's going to bolt up, and then we're going to make a bracket to mount the torsion bar there. So I've kind of got that mapped out in my head, and then I'm looking at these controls, and it's all the original framework for the GS. These are quite forward. I was toying with flipping those over and having them reversed, but then it was going to interfere with the pillion pegs, which I'd get some better ones than that. Blah blah blah. The old master cylinder, it's all pretty terrible looking, to be honest. So I think what I've decided I'm going to do is I've opted to cut. I'm just going to cut it all off. It's going. Lose that. Lose all this. Lose the rear brake mount. Everything. Lose that. Because I've got the Hayabusa rear sets. Here we go. Something like that. And I've got the pillion pegs. So I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to cut all that apparatus off. I'm going to get some plate. I've got some decent 6 or 8 mil plate, and then I'm just going to weld them on there. Plates on there, plate on there to take the hangers. Then I've got Hayabusa master cylinder and footrests and all that jazz. Hayabusa rear brake caliper hanger, and the same goes on the other side. That can get mounted there nicely. Puts my foot position back a little bit, even the gear lever bar is going to be in the right region, so it's a no-brainer. I think a couple of mounting plates, get rid of all that, pillion foot pegs on the back, done. So that's the plan. Get the grinder out. Bought a new grinder the other day because my one died, so just going to lop it all off, clean it all up, weld some plates on and see how we go. Well, back again following morning. It's a bit quieter today. Just do a little bit of filming before I get the grinder out and ruin it for everyone. Makes a change. There's always somebody with a blooming lawnmower or something. So we've cut all the excess off of that bike. It's looking a lot better. And there's all the stuff that came from it. Weighs a ton. Looks crappy. I've got a bit of cleaning up to do still. But yeah, definitely a lot better for the lines. Hang on there a minute and I'll just get foot pegs. Yeah. Brackets welded on like that, eh? Gonna have to figure out where I want to put them. It's gonna be tricky doing it by myself. I'm gonna do a mix of sort of rigging things up and trying to test it. I've got no choice but to tack the plates on there and try and sit on it without breaking them off. Grind them off, move it, try it again, see what happens. I've got some steel plate. That's 8mm steel plate. That'll hold a thread as well if I want to put a locking nut on the back. So I'm going to cut the corner off because the corner's already pretty much the right shape. As you'll notice, these brackets are obviously like a triangle, so cut the corner off, clean the edges up and then tack them on the bike. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how we go. Get the grinder out, disturb everyone. Yeah. Got a plate temporary tacked on there, a couple of holes drilled in it. Just made up some basic plates, literally so that I can get a position on this right hand foot hanger. So that's going to sit there like that now. I have bolted it on once and it does sit there nice. I've sat on it, it's in a good position, so I'm happy with that. So now I can use that as a reference to get the one on the other side done, and then I can shape it up. I'll cut it off, shape it up, get it nice, and then I'll weld them on properly then. So yeah, unfortunately I lost the last bit of footage after the welding and the fitting of the foot pegs and such. But here's the old GX, and there's a set of foot pegs. I've got to order up some stainless bolts to do this, but the brackets are on there. A bit of paint been thrown around. I haven't put the pillion peg ones on yet, but the main controls are there and that's good. I had a go at cutting and extending and welding this bar, and then I sort of inadvertently drove it into the floor and broke it. And every time I every time I ground this weld back, it would fall apart. So I've got to get a piece of bar and a left-handed die so I can cut thread on there. But you get the idea. There's the old controls there. Fantastic. Look at that. It's terrible, terrible. Some nice ram air pod filters. Got those. They weren't cheap. New fuel tap, got that. That was cheap. Then I looked at chain, fitting a chain and chain alignment, and it was damn close to the old tyre there, and also real close to the frame. I don't think the camera's going to, I don't think I can get the camera in there properly to pick that up. It's close, or it was really close to the tyre. And then I realised that we could do with a spaced front sprocket, so that's what we've got now. I went online and I got myself a nice standoff, it's like 16mm standoff front sprocket to space you out for wider wheels in the back. I'm not even gonna tell you how much that cost. Let's just say it was enough. But that was actually too wide. It was touching the frame on the back. So I took the oil seal collet out, went up onto the lathe, and I machined about 4mm off of it just to centre me up and get some wheel alignment. And although it's close, it fits. Otherwise I would have had to cut the back of the frame out, sort of V-groove it if you like. As it happens, we've got some clearance there. It's not a massive amount. I'm not going to know if it's a problem until I ride it around the estate and see what happens. So yeah, chain drive is on. What else did I do? Oh, I just picked up a generic baffle thing to go in the back there. I've just plonked it in there. I didn't smash it in all the way yet. It's still quite loud, but it's nowhere near as loud as it was, so that's cool. Machined up a collet to go in the rear caliper hanger, so that's all present and correct. I did take some photos of that, so here's the photo clips of it now. And then I salvaged a torque bar or a brace bar from another caliper, I think off a Gsxr 1100, to go, and it mounts off where the original centre stand used to be, right in there. It's long enough with a bit of bending, jiggery pokery, fixes to the caliper, excellent. The only thing it does do is it's just a touch too long, so the caliper's slightly tilted back, but I ain't going to worry about that, not at the moment. And of course the rider foot pegs on the other side, rubber mounted, lovely jubbly. Got to make a mount for that, or I'll put a little one on there, get some nice stainless bolts for that. Job's a good one. I need to order a battery that fits in the battery tray, because that one's too big, so that's just sitting there, just, you know, ready to arc off at any moment next to the fuel tank. Wouldn't have it any other way. Clutch lever, it's the clutch casing obviously isn't on there, but got a clutch lever. I had a nice new clutch lever on there, and then my sister went, oh, I need a clutch lever for my MOT on a DRZ, so I said, oh, I have mine and I'll use yours for a bit and then I'll order a new one. That's cool, isn't it? So that's where we are. That's sort of up to speed on that. I'm going to ride it with the drop bars on for a little while. I was going to remove the Hayabusa sort of top plate, decorative top plate, but it is actually the handlebar mounts. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to polish that, because when I removed it, the top yoke looked ugly as sin. It wasn't very nice at all. So actually I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to keep it there, because I was going to put risers through and then run a set of sort of cruiser bars on this. But actually what I'm thinking I'd do, which could be quite funky, is you can take these clip-ons out of the you can take them out of the clamps here. Just slide them out, and then I'm going to get a set of handlebars that may be possibly somewhere in the region of being the right shape or not. Cut them in half and stick the ends in there, and then perhaps do a bit of bendy pokey with a something or other. I have got a pipe bender, whether I can do something I don't know, and then I'll have funky handlebars that kind of come out off the top yoke. That's funny. So they'll be like clip-on rental bars, something like that. Polish that up. Yeah, we'll polish that up. So that's it really. That's it as far as we go. What's quite nice though, yeah, that's it as far as we go. What is quite funky is I realised that this is a 1977, so it qualifies to be MOT and tax exempt. I've never had a bike like that. I've had a bike that's nearly like that. Take you here. What's in there? Can you see that? What could it be? What is that? It's my RD 350 LC just sitting there like as a bench, which has been on the cards for a build for ages, and I just haven't got round to it. Where's the rest of it? Oh, can you see it? Gsxr. Where's the Gsxr book? Oh, there's a piston in there. Put that back. Yeah. So MOT tax exempt, which means I can insure this bike, do the necessary paperwork that's required, and just ride it. It feels kind of wrong, but it's real, so that's what's going to happen. But anyway, thanks for waiting for this video. I have had some comments and I did mean to get onto it, but I spent time, as I say, doing the RC stuff and sorting out the little RC garage up in the shed, which has freed up some space here. This is where all my RC shelving used to be. It's just a bit of a dumping ground at the moment for all that crap, so I've got to sort that out. Gives me some room. Now that the winter's here and the bad weather and the wind and the rain, which is already causing havoc for all of my interests, is here, I may have a bit of a workspace to work in without getting wet or cold or my head blown off and all that sort of stuff. So as per usual, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, share it, do whatever you want, leave a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one. So thank you very much. Bye.